First game on the list is Age of Empires II. It isn't just an RTS, it's a nostalgia that shaped the genre. Released back in 1999, this game set the gold standard for base building, resource management, and large-scale medieval battles. And even after all these years, it's still ridiculously fun. With over 35 civilizations, each with unique units and bonuses, every match feels different. You've got knights charging, trebuchets obliterating castles, and monks stealing enemy troops with a simple. It's the kind of game where a single strategic decision can turn a losing battle into an epic comeback. The definitive edition only made it better. Remastered visuals, improved AI, and new campaigns that keep the experience fresh. And thanks to a dedicated modding community, there's always something new to try. If you've never played Age of Empires 2, fix that immediately. And if you have, well, there's always time for one more match. Next game on the list is Red Alert 2. This game is fast, chaotic, and packed with over-the-top units like mind-controlling Yuri, Tesla troopers, and dolphins that somehow counter submarines. The campaign is pure 2000s action movie energy. The Soviets invade the US, Einstein's messing with time travel, and battles rage from Washington, D.C. to the streets of Moscow. Every mission feels like a blockbuster moment, and the cutscenes feels like shorts movies. Multiplayer is where this game truly shines. The faction balance is chef's kiss. Whether you prefer the brute force of the Soviets or the high-tech tricks of the Allies, there's a strategy for everyone. Plus, super weapons like the weather control device and the nuclear missile make sure every match ends with a bang. If you love fast-paced RTS action with a side of absolute madness, Red Alert 2 is a must-play. Just remember, building more ore refineries is never a bad idea.
Select target. Unit ready. Select target. Chronosphere ready.
Next up, a game that proves RTS doesn't always mean building armies. Sometimes it's about pure survival. Frostpunk throws you into a frozen wasteland where humanity's last city depends on your every decision. This game about managing resources, making tough moral choices that will define your people's fate. The city revolves around a massive coal-powered generator, and if that thing goes out, game over. You'll be sending workers into blizzards, rationing food, and enacting laws that blur the line between leadership and dictatorship. Do you force child labor to keep production running? Do you turn the sick into organic fuel to survive a cold wave? Every choice carries weight, and no decision is ever easy. And just when you think you've stabilized, the temperature drops again. The game constantly pushes you to adapt, making every playthrough feel like a desperate struggle against nature itself. If you love strategy but want something that'll emotionally wreck you in the best way, Frostpunk is a game you won't forget. Next up, a game that takes real-time strategy and throws you straight into the brutal chaos of World War II. Company of Heroes 2 is about tactical combat, smart positioning, and using the environment to your advantage. Every bullet, explosion, and desperate push across the battlefield feels intense. Unlike traditional RTS games, battles here aren't just about who has more tanks. Cover matters. Infantry hugging rubble or hiding in buildings can hold off superior forces. Weather matters. Your troops can literally freeze to death in the brutal Russian winter. And morale matters. Watch your soldiers panic under artillery fire, retreat, and fight to the last man when pinned down. The Eastern Front setting brings some devastating firepower. Katyusha rocket barrages, T-34 tanks smashing through defenses, and flamethrower squads clearing buildings in seconds. Every skirmish feels gritty, cinematic, and painfully realistic. If you love strategy games that reward tactical thinking over brute force, Company of Heroes 2 is one of the best. Just don't get too attached to your squads. War is unforgiving.
Anno troops are standing by. MG is firing on us.
Next game is StarCraft II. It's a high-speed chess match where every second counts. If you're not expanding, building, or micromanaging your army every single moment, you're probably losing. With 3 perfectly balanced factions, every match is a different kind of war. Terran players love their mobility, dropping Marines behind enemy lines and nuking from orbit. Zerg swarms overwhelm with endless waves of units, striking fast before the enemy can react. And Protoss? Their technology is so advanced, a single well-placed carrier fleet can wipe out an army before you blink. The campaign is phenomenal. packed with epic moments, cinematic storytelling, and some of the best mission design in RTS history. And multiplayer? A brutal test of skill where the best players think 10 steps ahead while managing their economy, army, and positioning all at once. StarCraft II is legendary. Just be ready. There's no such thing as casual in this game.
War is here!
Next game is Anno 1800. This game is about mastering trade, industry, and city planning in the dawn of the industrial age. And trust me, watching a tiny village turn into a booming metropolis is weirdly satisfying. You start with a few farmers and a fishing dock, but before long you're managing factories, trade routes, and entire continents. Every decision matters. Do you invest in more production or focus on diplomacy? Expand too fast and your economy crumbles. Grow too slow and your rivals leave you in the dust. The level of detail is insane. Your citizens have real needs. Workers want beer and sausages. Aristocrats demand opera houses, and everyone hates high taxes. And just when you think you've got it all under control, a fire breaks out, or worse, pirates show up. Pirates. Next game on the list is Warcraft III, a title that changed RTS as we know it. It's a legendary mix of intense combat and deep storytelling that set the stage for future RTS games and even MMOs. The beauty of Warcraft III is in its heroes, units that level up, acquire special abilities, and lead your armies to victory. You don't just build and manage, you fight alongside powerful heroes like Thrall, Arthas, and Jaina Proudmoore, each with their own compelling storyline. And those heroes aren't just for show, they're game changers, capable of turning the tide of a battle with the right abilities and tactical play. The campaign is legendary, offering a complex narrative full of betrayal, redemption, and epic battles. And then of course, there's the multiplayer, where you'll be battling against other players in real time with fast-paced strategy, constant resource management, and high-level tactics.
For my people, it shall be done, defending your name.
Next up is Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War II. It is a game where strategy meets brutal combat in an explosive blend of tactics and action. Instead of the usual base building, this one is all about hero-focused squad warfare, making every battle feel more like a personal fight than just a numbers game. You'll control squads of elite soldiers from Space Marines to Chaos Lords, each with their own unique abilities and tactical advantages. Every squad can level up, gain new skills, and be customized for different missions. It's all about strategic positioning, using the terrain to your advantage, and coordinating your squad's attacks. The game also has a fantastic campaign that immerses you in the epic story of a galaxy at war. You'll face off against Tyranids, Orcs, and other factions while balancing your squad's health, morale, and upgrades.
A requisition generator is ready. Infantry durability is improved. A listening post is active.
Next up, a Viking-inspired RTS that mixes survival with strategy. Northgard. This game drops you into a harsh, unforgiving land filled with mysterious enemies, brutal winters, and ancient gods. You start with a small clan of Vikings, and from there, it's all about survival, expansion, and domination of the region. Unlike most RTS games, Northgard focuses on managing your resources and people, balancing the need to explore, expand, and build a thriving settlement. You'll need to keep your villagers warm, fed, and protected from wild animals, enemy factions, and the deadly winter that can freeze your people to death. The weather isn't just a theme, it's a constant challenge that keeps you on your toes. The beauty of Northgard is in its strategic depth. Each clan has its own special abilities, from the aggressive wolf clan to the stag-focused clan of the deer. Plus, you'll have to keep a close eye on your enemies, who can attack or sabotage at any time. Next game is Age of Mythology Retold. This remaster of the classic Age of Mythology takes the original and sharpened it, adding new visuals, updated mechanics, and the legendary mythical units and gods we all know and love. Instead of the usual knights and archers, you've got mighty gods like Zeus, Ra, and Thor, who offer you divine powers and massive mythical creatures like the Cyclops or the Herculean Minotaur. The beauty of this game is that it lets you tap into the ancient gods themselves to help shape the fate of your people. The campaign brings ancient mythology to life with epic battles against gods, monsters, and rival civilizations. You'll have to manage resources, expand your city, and choose your divine patrons wisely, because each god brings their own unique abilities and playstyle. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content on the latest and greatest games. Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an update. Got a game you'd love to see in a future video? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Stay tuned and see you next time.